What's up, family? How y'all doing? It's TK. We are back. We're about to do another charting session. We hop on at the top of every week. We chart on Sundays and Wednesdays to find our trade setups, and I execute everything live so you guys will be able to trade with me. So let's go ahead and take a look at the news. Bro, I ain't seen you in a while, man. What's up over there on IG? Man, grown now. All right, so earlier today, we were taking a look at pound AUD. So we'll go ahead and start here. I was looking at this trade setup in this area. I noticed this thing right here. Let's move this down so you guys can see it with me. We were taking a look at this area. We got our price chart moving up, creating higher highs, while our RSI down here is dropping to create lower highs. So when you see that show up in the market, that's called bearish divergence. Let's go ahead and use one of our call out tools. Oh, that didn't save it all. Yes, it did. Okay, we're good. All right, we're good to go. So the other thing that we were taking a look at, we wanted to wait to see how price responded right here at this zone. Either, commercials, cut them down. Either we would see this move to come back and retest our trend line, or a continuation from here. Okay, so price faked this out. That's why I'm glad we said what we said and we did not rush into this trade setup, okay? Because price definitely created a false breakout to the downside, looking like a double top. And then what happened? It went up immediately to break above this high here. So we are going to stick to the plan. We want to see pound AUD take out these highs to retest this high here. Okay. So again, we're going to set that alert. Same thing, setting those alerts. Let's see what the news we're looking at. Yep, pound news, USD, JPY. Let's take a look at some more of those pound pairs. Let's see. So pound CAD, we'll take a look at that one. I appreciate the follows, you guys over there on TikTok. All right, pound CAD. Oh, yep, let's just wait. So I was telling you guys earlier, on Wednesday, you'll normally see consolidation. So if you do take a trade set up, that's the time to scalp, okay? Now, for the most part, we do swing trading. But I like to tell people and show them that you can determine when to scalp and when to swing trade depending on what's happening structurally. What I mean by that is, as far as market structure, you'll only have 3 different phases of market movement. You'll have those uptrends. You'll have price consolidating. And you also have downtrends, okay? Now, the thing about these uptrends and downtrends, they may not always be as smooth as this, moving up in a complete channel, or a perfect channel is what they call it. In most cases, it'll be more choppy, more so like this, okay? But the concept is the same. As long as price is making higher highs and making higher lows, then it is still technically within that uptrend. Now, back to that thing that we were talking about, structure. If price is moving up, you see consolidation being formed, but it breaks above consolidation, breaking highs only to retest that previous high before consolidating and creating a new high. these are different structural levels. So if you're looking at an area like this and it's Wednesday, we don't need to be reaching for this target. We should only be looking to trade within range. And in doing so, you'll be able to get your targets hit versus going in profit briefly and letting that trade setup come back and take all of that profit away. How you doing? I think they got bots on YouTube, man. What is this? All right, cool. So same thing with those sales as well. Price is rarely going to move in a perfect channel. It does happen, but not often, where the move is just trapped within a channel like that. Same thing, you'll normally see consolidation, these pullbacks. But just keep it simple. What is price doing? Is it making lower highs? Check. Is it making lower lows? Check. Those are the simple things that you need to look for structurally when you are thinking of getting into these setups or actually taking them. Now, right here, this thing is going up. But right here in this area, it just created consolidation. So our understanding the structure is only two things can happen from here. Either this thing is going to break above to give you what would be a bull flag, right? And retest this area that we were looking for anyway. We wanted this thing to go to the highs. Or it's going to reject right here, break beneath consolidation, and move towards the downside. So when you understand, once you get the key levels, there are only two possibilities. You can remove the anxiety away from yourself as far as your trading plan. The only thing you need to do here is set an alert. So I'm just going to go right above range right here, set this alert, and we are going to keep it pushing. Let's see. All right, cool. On the 2 hour and the 1 hour time frame, my 200-day EMA caught up with price. So on the 1 hour, we actually got this thing touching price. We'll see how it responds. We got some lows right here that need to be taken out. Price also created a double bottom for us down here. So let's see what happens during London. There is a possibility we can get a rejection to break underneath these lows to capture all of the stop losses that would be in this area that are placed by traders looking for buys. So let's go ahead and put another alert here. If it reaches towards that area and decides to hold, that'll be a nice entry for the buy on pound CAD. So let me go ahead and put the risk reward tool up there so you guys can see how this looks. Is this on the hourly or the daily? This time frame is the hourly time frame. Oh damn, that's my little song right there. Me and Superstars. All right, cool. So here's this risk reward tool. The entry would be right here at the right shoulder of that double top. Stop loss beneath the low. Our target is this 50 fib up here. This zone is a weekly zone, so we're actually going to push a little past that fib, going up into about 50% of that zone. All right, cool. So that's a pretty nice setup right there. Now, this is where flexibility comes in the market when you're looking for these setups. The only thing that you are supposed to do is identify the different possibilities or different probabilities. And from there, you let the market dictate which plan is going to play out. So for instance, we see that there's a chance this area could be retested. If it's not retested, that's okay. If price continues to move up and breaks this level, I'll simply wait for a few solid closes and then get in on the retest, taking that same trade setup, okay? So it would more, that's the wrong one. It would be like this. Okay, entering in at the top of that zone, stop loss slightly inside of it, and we have the exact same target. And both trade setups are giving you about the same risk reward, which is almost 1 to 8. Okay, so let's keep this thing simple. Now, as far as the sales, not interested in any sales unless we get a break of this level right here. Outside of that, the sentiment on this thing is definitely bullish. So let's see. That's pound CAD. Let's go ahead and check out pound JPY. Okay. So on the monthly, it honestly looks like this thing is building up some momentum right here so we can get a break. We got a lot of rejections up here at the highs that need to be taken out here and right here. So what we want to do is come down on the smaller time frame in this area to see what is going on exactly. Let me get rid of some of this stuff so we can get a clearer picture. Give me a few moments. Man, we appreciate all y'all for jumping on TikTok, showing love, man. TikTok, that community really trying to learn, man. Facebook, IG, I love y'all too, but TikTok be on it. They be asking questions, taking notes and stuff. All right, cool. So let's get these things out of the way. And let's keep it simple. So when you see things like this in the market and it creates a little bit of confusion for you, the easiest thing for you to do is trap price, okay? So create a visual representation for range, whether you're using your arrows or your rectangles. Give me a second. Let me get rid of these commercials. YouTube is my DJ, y'all. Don't be hating on me. We'll be there in a minute. Have somebody DJ for us. But let's get back over here. So now that we trapped price and we see what's going on this weekly, we understand that this is a key level here and this is also a key level. Key level of support at the bottom, a key level of resistance at the top. Now, anytime you see consolidation, you definitely have stop losses above it and stop losses beneath. Those are those areas where you hear other traders referring to it as liquidity. I'm going to put that alert back. I just need to delete that. All right, cool. All right. So the area of interest that we're watching right now is this entire zone. If we get a clean rejection right here, good chance we'll see a push towards the lows, not a break. But again, I believe this thing wants to break above. So even though we see things, we have to be aware of the other possibilities so we can, again, stay flexible. Now, right here on the daily, I want you guys to take a look at this on the line chart. So we talk about trapping price breaking above and pulling back to retest that area. This is the example of the exact same thing. This break above did hit this level here, but if price holds when this is touched, we could definitely get in a nice buy on pound JPY. Ooh. Yep, that's the daily. Pulling back to retest the daily 200-day EMA. Yeah, this is prime real estate right here. With this being a daily candle, no, we are not going to enter as soon as it's touched. We are definitely going to go down to a smaller time frame to refine this entry so we can get a better risk reward with this trade. We're going to look at this high. We got all of these rejections right here. Got plenty of money above that. It's definitely coming to capture that. All right, cool. So this trade setup will be let's go down to the smaller time frame and refine this entry on this trade. That's actually pretty cool. Even if we entered on the daily, that's still a 1 to 12. That is badass right there. Let me get to work. Okay, cool. So it looks like we got a really ugly inverse head and shoulders right here. Okay? Even though this wick close down here is still a price, it's still a part of price movement. So we want to be aware of that. Let's see how this thing plays out. With this trade set up, even though we are monitoring this thing right now, we're only going to take this thing during the London session so we can get a better idea. Oh, yeah. So what I'm looking for when I go down to these smaller time frames is pretty much the exact same thing. I wanted to see areas where price went in range like this, and I wanted to see after the break above that area, did price pull back to retest it at all? And in this case, it did not. So this is pretty much another add of confirmation showing that this area could be support. So what we want to do is the same thing. We're going to set these alerts down in this area. And we will be back. Hey, look at it. Look at that. We will be back during London tonight to execute this trade setup. I am looking to see if we can get a drop to about the 50% or maybe 60% of this zone. So I actually want that entry to be a little closer to this area right here, giving us a way better risk reward. But let's see, we are going to be patient. We got this thing in place as far as our alerts. Let's just go from there. All right, cool. So let me see. Next thing we'll take a look at Pound USD. So Pound USD was doing the exact same thing as far as creating higher highs on the chart and creating lower highs with your oscillator. Again, this is called bearish divergence. So let's see what's going on. Let's wait to see if we'll get another retest of this trend line. Pushing a little higher into this zone before looking for this sell. This particular trade setup, if we don't get a rejection in this area, it may not play out until next week on Tuesday, which is fine. But we'll just monitor it. So use these alerts, putting it above the high and right here. See how much this thing is affected by the news. Okay. What else did we have? JPY. We're already in the USD JPY buy. I guess we can take a look at Euro JPY. So this is the USD JPY buy we took earlier today. I talked about the possibility of getting a pullback, and that played out. So we entered down here at the lows, and we hit TP1 and TP2 on that trade. Win! Win, 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 win! Yeah! So at this point, we want to see pretty much the same thing that's going on with pound CAD. We want to see what happens at this area of structure right here. Price is right here where we have these multiple rejections. There's a good chance that you'll see a dip below to capture the stop losses in that area. If this area of support holds, we'll definitely get a break above this high here. And this is that complex part of structure that I was telling you guys about that normally freaks people out. You get these sporadic movements, but if you just relax and calm down, what is price doing? It's creating higher lows. So even if this low here is broken, if we get a retest of this low and price holds, the only thing that's left is you can see a retest of the high or a break above the high. So really controlling the fluctuations of your emotions will help you see the things that's right in front of you. And that's not just with trading, that's life. Cool. Let me put this alert right here as well. So during the London session, we'll be taking a look at USD JPY, pound AUD, and pound USD. Blend it. I don't know what the fuck Lil Wayne was saying, but I enjoyed that song. Ooh, gold, perfect. All right, so gold was another pair that we looked at that also showed us bearish divergence. I'll show you guys again. Price was obviously making higher highs, right? When we look down at RSI, it's creating lower highs. We were trading in consolidation this morning. I told you guys we're going to leave it alone and wait until we could see a retest of this trend line before identifying our next step. We got that break above, got that retest. This is on a 1 hour. So we are going to look to see what's going on during the London session with this one as well. Let me set an alert above. Okay. We need to see how this candle closes. Right now, let me zoom in there. Right now, this could definitely be a version of the tweezer top. And if this candle here closes beneath this bear candle, this would actually be a double top formed on gold at the highs. Okay, so that sell that we were looking for is just giving us another form of confirmation that there's a nice possibility of it happening. Now we won't jump into the trade set early. We'll wait until this double top is formed. Then we'll set a limit order. This is how you get paid with actually staring at the fucking charts. I'm gonna share this with y'all. From here, as soon as this thing pulls back, that's where we enter and we just take the rest of the move going to the downside. Bree, what up? So this is what this will look like if we get the close beneath here. Wrong tool. Give my arrow. Right, so right here you see this drop. This is exactly what I was talking about. I love it when I say some shit and then the market start doing it. But this means absolutely nothing until, I want y'all to look over here, until this clock says 0, 0. So when you're in the market and you start properly identifying reversal patterns and you're like, oh, I think it's about to be a double top. It doesn't matter what you think. The only thing that matters is what this clock says right over here. Wait until it says 0, 0, 0. And if price closed beneath your neckline, then you have a double top. That's when you look for your trade setups. And that's when it's time to get active. Until then, keep your damn hands to yourself, okay? Keep your hands to yourself. So, if we get that, Looking at the daily, the only thing we want to look for is the next structural level. The next structural level is here. That area needs to be retested. This high that was broken, it needs to be retested. If it drops, this is all probability, man. So just don't get mad at me saying gold not going that low. I'm just looking at the charts and giving you my perspective as an analyst. This is the next structural level. If it does not respect these levels to continue that uptrend, it is coming back for these two. Okay? So we are just going to be patient with this thing. Because a lot of times what happens is you'll find a nice setup, but you practice scalping. So instead of holding it until you reach your final target, you'll close it too early, and then from that point on, you're fighting to get back into the market. And that's what we don't want to do. So instead of jumping out these trade setups too soon, let me show you exactly what we do to manage those trades. So hypothetical situation, okay? We enter in this trade. It played out exactly the way we thought. So we waited for that retest to come and we entered. If price breaks beneath this level right here, I'm going to move my stop loss from here to right here, right above this zone. This price is continuing. Of course, we're going to take some profit down here, but if we get a break, I'm going to take that same stop loss and I'm going to move it. That way you don't have to just fight with keep getting into sales. Let your trades work for you. Let your money work for you. You guys are making this thing overly complex. And that's how you pretty much let your trades run, but also protect yourself so you don't give away any of your profits. Commercial. Shh. All right. So that's what we got. Let's see. I believe this will be it for today, really. We don't want to get too many up where we can't properly monitor them. But definitely looking at these. I think we got like 5 so far, so let's just leave this thing alone. I am going to come back in 25 minutes to see how this thing printed. If it closes and gives us this double top that we're looking for, I'm placing this trade set up tonight. Okay, so recap before we hop off. We got a potential gold sell. Our US 30 buy just broke above a high. We hit TP1 on US 30. Let's go. Win! Yeah! Okay. How many pips is that? Man, US 30 pay out. Y'all better play with US 30. So right now, from our entry to where we are right now, ooh, over 1,300 pips on US 30. Beautiful setup. Yep, so we're monitoring US 30. We're monitoring pound USD, pound AUD, and pound CAD. Bet. Outside of that, we're looking at USD, JPY, and gold. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on. For those that want to start with us, you don't know where to begin, you can head to our website, ProfitTakersEU.com. You can trade with us for free. I show you how to set up your demo account, your live account. And we also teach you how to place and monitor your trade setups. So when you see me live, you'll be able to trade with us. How do I go back? How do I get off that? Oh, right here. Yeah, you'll be able to trade with us next time you see us going live. Man, I cannot see who that is over there on IG. Triple single. I don't know what that is. Yeah, but again, you guys will be able to trade with us live for free. We'll break it then. So that's the Trading Essentials bundle, and along with that, you get the free trial to our Mindset series. We focus heavily on psychology with our program. The trades and understanding strategies is not enough. You got to understand the power of your thoughts, beliefs, and actions so you can put it all together when it's time, okay? Along with that mindset series, you get our 6-week journal. This will help you become more intentional with your words so you can start to speak what you desire into existence. Most people lose trades and they speak horribly about themselves, calling themselves a failure. Stupid, I've heard it all. Okay, so you have to control those impulsive movements within your mind as far as your emotions to control the charts. We also have a few books available on Amazon, 6 Steps to Trading with Consistent Results. And we have logbooks as well. We have merch. And if you guys want to join the team, you can start with that beginner bundle or upgrade to tier 2. Damn, we got 22 messages over here on TikTok. I'm sorry, y'all. I missed everything. I was just going. Am I going to hop back on in 20 minutes? No. I am not going to hop back on in 20 minutes, but what I will do, which is something that we haven't done before, is I will trade the London session live today, okay? So I'm going to hop on at 4 a.m. That's what we'll do. 4 a.m. for the London session. And we'll be live again. We're going to execute all of these trade setups that we found as long as they're in our zones. It's all about that TikTok. I'm not sure what happened, man, but we haven't been able to go live through OBS. So I got to get live on this phone. So I don't see y'all comments, but for sessions like this, y'all can definitely join our Discord. And that way I'll be able to see your messages. So to get access to that Discord, you pretty much go to the same place, our website, and once you go to bundles, you get that free package where we show you how to set up those accounts, and it'll also give you the link to our Discord. All right? Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Let me let TikTok off. Y'all be great. End. All right, that's beautiful. Now for the rest of you guys, y'all be great as well. We appreciate your presence. As always, remember you're one trade away from living. Why fight to stay the same?